Hello and welcome to this prenatal stretching class. I thought it was very important to include a stretching class here on your journey. It's very important, obviously, to be strengthening and getting you ready, pelvic floor and labouring muscles. But if our body is going through this tug of war situation where our muscles are getting super tight and we're feeling a little bit icky, this is the best part to do a stretching class. So what you will need is your foam roller, and then you also need a lacrosse ball I use. You can also use a release ball or a tennis ball, which is also fantastic. We are going to get started into some spinal articulations first, and then we're going to reuse your spinal articulations to see how you feel after this stretching class. So let's find ourselves towards the back of the mat, please. I'm going to keep my arms down for now. Or I'm going to keep my arms down for my roll downs. If you want to lift your arms up to the ceiling, that's totally up to you. However you feel like you need to get into this stretch. As we inhale, think about opening up your collarbones, slight extension of the back, soft knees, palms forward, looking up to the ceiling. That's your inhale. Exhale, we're rolling down chin to chest. We're letting our shoulder blades slide away from each other. We're getting so much length through the back of our neck and lower back. Take a big breath in. Exhale, rolling back up. One vertebrae at a time, nice and slow. Find your neutral pelvis. Stack your rib cage, roll through the shoulders. Palms open, length through the neck, place the head on top. Slight extension again. Exhale, chin to chest. We're going to roll down and stay down for a little bit here. Keep the knees soft. Feel a beautiful stretch through that lower back. What lovely relief during your pregnancy. Can we bring one hand to the opposite elbow? We're going to go for 3 circles, pulling the elbows away from the shoulders. 2, 3, and then come into the other direction. Change hand positionings. And we've got 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Let your head hang heavy and rolling up. Nice and slowly. Keep your chin heavy. Roll the shoulders, palms forward, inhale. Exhale, rolling down, and we're going to stay down to walk ourselves out into a high pike, just to about here. 2 high heels. We're going to exhale and lower 1 foot or 1 heel to the floor. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. During your pregnancy, you may or may not get swelling of the ankles and wrists. Some women just carry differently. This is a beautiful exercise to keep all the energy and the circulation pumping through your ankles all the way to your toes. Inhale, exhale, lower. Inhale, exhale, lower. Beautiful. And then let's bring your knees down onto the floor. And we are going to come into one of my absolute favorite stretches during a pregnancy. So I want you to imagine that you've got a spatula or a spoon connected to your tailbone. And you've got a big jar of peanut butter or cookie dough or Vegemite. And what we're going to be doing is you're going to try to scoop the contents out from every single side and corner of that jar or bowl. So what that looks like is we're going to go all the way high to the jar. We're going to go to the side, and then we're going to go low to the jar, and then we're going to go to the side. So our head is doing the exact same movement as our tailbone. And then we're going to scoop down to the jar. And then we're going to scoop around and then high. And then to the side and scoop out that contents of the jar. How badly do you want it? Inhale. This is the most fabulous stretch I will ever give any human being on this planet. Whether they are pregnant or not, it feels so beautiful on your spine. You're getting absolutely everything that your spine offers, from rotation to lateral flexion to forward flexion and extension. Let's go the other direction and rotating all the way to the left, circling around to the right, and really over exaggerate the movements if that feels comfortable for you. Rounding down, closing your eyes again if that is what makes this stretch more enjoyable, and down and round, up and over. Beautiful. And then coming back onto your hips. Isn't that the most wonderful thing you've ever done on your spine? I absolutely love it. It looks weird, 100% looks weird, but it is just so juicy for your spine, and especially during your pregnancy when you're not feeling as mobile as you used to. Jump into this anytime, any day, and you'll feel 100 times better. Coming into our mermaid stretch. So this is a beautiful stretch for lateral flexion. So a lot of the time with the prenatal exercises that we do in class, we're always trying to open up laterally because baby's taking us forward and they're crunching into our rib cage. So we want to make sure that we're getting some rotation and side flexion into the ribs. So my right leg is forward. I want you to place your left hand on your right shin, reaching up. We are going to reach up and over. Look up to the ceiling for me. Take a big breath in. As you inhale, really inhale into your right ribs. Feel that stretch, and then exhale, pull the pinky away. Inhale again into your right rib cage only. Exhale, pull away. Inhale one more time. And then exhale, come on up. We're going to make this dynamic. So we're going to exhale. We're going to inhale, coming up. And then we're going to exhale, collapsing onto that elbow if that feels comfortable. Inhale. Exhale, look up to the ceiling. Beautiful stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, let's go for one more round. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And then coming on up into a sit. Fantastic. Okay, let's try the other side. So left leg will be forward, right leg will be behind. Right hand on the left shin, left hand up to the ceiling. Big breath in, reach tall and over. Inhale into your left rib cage. Ugh, feel that stretch. Exhale, pull away. Inhale again. Exhale, pull away. One more big breath in. And exhale. Come on back. Let's make it dynamic. So, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful stretches. Really over exaggerate this movement. Super safe to be getting in this lateral flexion. Exhale. Inhale. And last one. And come on up here. Fantastic. Okay, staying on your bottoms, we are going to be coming into some internal, external rotation of the pelvis. So we have our deep hip external rotators. You've got 6 of those. They are the deepest glute muscles that we can possibly pinpoint that connect very closely to your hips. These muscles are important during your pregnancy because they are probably the most problematic. So we want to make sure that we're giving them their biggest range of movements during a stretch class. So we're going from internal to external rotation on the left side, internal, external rotation on the right. If you are feeling like, if you look at my left leg, and that's all that it's giving you, but then your right leg can go further, see if you can really breathe into this discrepancy. So take a big breath in, and then exhale. You can even gently press that down. Inhale. And then exhale, gently press that down. If not, keep coming with these windshield wipers for me. Your hips will love it. Our hips are ball and socket joints, so we want to make sure that they're rotating as well as flexing and extending. Okay, let's come into our trusty foam roller. So we're going to bring our foam roller onto our mid-back muscles. These guys get sore during pregnancy, and they get more sore, unfortunately, during your postpartum phase, because you are carrying now babe backside, and they're now here and on the floor and in your bed. So lots of positional changes are going to occur. So we want to make sure that these muscles and the bones underneath are nice and happy. So come on down. I'm starting just where my bra line is. Hands are going to be behind my head. Lifting of the hips, we are rolling from the shoulders all the way down, again, just to where your bra line is. Any further, we start to load up your core incorrectly, and then we also don't want to go anywhere else other than your rib cage, because your rib cage is there to protect those very vital organs. So inhale, come all the way up to the shoulders. Feel that release in the upper back, and then exhale for me, chin to chest, and slight rounding of the thoracic spine. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, rounding of the chest. Inhale, opening. Exhale, rounding. Okay, let's come halfway between the top and the bottom of your bra line. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be rotating to the side and then coming back to the center. This is your latissimus dorsi muscle. It comes right underneath your armpit. And we want to make sure that that muscle is nice and long. You may feel a bit of a flick. That's just the muscle belly that we're releasing. Let's go 2 more. And then 1 more here. Fantastic. And then we're going to try the other side. Just readjust yourself if you need to. And then we're going to go to the left. So flicking to the armpit. Again, you may notice left and right side feels different. That's all depending how you carry yourself. 2, inhale, rolling back, and reach. 3, my left side definitely feels tighter, which definitely makes my brain go off in different directions. 4, and 1 more here. Whew. 5, fantastic, beautiful. And then just carefully rolling yourself to the side is the safest way to come off there without loading up your abs incorrectly. Now, I have not forgotten our hip flexors. Your hip flexors are the paw muscles that get pulled into a shortened position because of baby coming and pulling us forward. So we want to try open up these hip flexors. We're going to release them first with the foam roller and then come into a really nice hip flexor stretch. So best way onto it is literally crawling yourself on top. Come onto your elbows, and then once your thighs are on, you're pretty golden. So we're going to crawl ourselves all the way to the knee. Don't go to the kneecap, that's your stopping point. And then we're going to crawl ourselves all the way up to where your pubic bone is going to stop you here. And then we're going to crawl back. So again, using bony landmarks as our zone of releasing. We never want to go over the bone. Now, you, as well as me, may be feeling like ow, 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 ow in the middle, and then, oh, it's not so bad. And then again, as we roll over the middle, ow, 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 and then up top, not so bad. Come to that ow, ow, ow position and hold it for me. Can you bend that leg? Let's just bend one at a time. Then we're going to inhale to return. Same leg, exhale. We are doing what's called trigger point release therapy. Inhale. You can place that right toe on the floor to give you a little bit more support. Exhale. 3. There's a big trigger point in the middle of our quadricep muscle in the belly, and this is a beautiful way of releasing it. 4. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. 5. Your hips will love this, I promise you. Let's try the right. Place your left toes on the floor, and we curl. 5. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Last 2. 1 more. And reach that knee away. Beautiful. And then can we just do a quick roll out there of 2 stretches and then coming off this foam roller. Blech. Yuck. But you may feel now that your hips are a little bit more open. Your quadricep muscles are a funny muscle. They attach, there's 4 of them. The one of the 4 is a hip flexor muscle as well. So it loops around your kneecap and then it comes all the way up into the middle. It's your rec fem muscle and then attaches into your hip bones here. So if that one quadricep muscle is tight, it's going to pull your hips forward. And have a look at that posture. It may look familiar during your pregnancy. So if we can release those quadricep muscles, we're going to provide a lot more openness and space into your lower back and maybe pull babe up a little higher, okay? Trusty release ball. Now, of course, I have not forgotten about this. Before I get into this guy, like I said, we're going to come into a beautiful lunge stretch. If you need a pillow for your knees, please, by all means. Just try and figure out where the flat part of my floor is. So, coming into a lunge stretch, please. Yeah. Now, again, this, oh my goodness me, this hip flexor may be a little tight. So what I want you to think about is opening up by gently squeezing your glutes and opening up the front of that hip. That should be enough to stretch your quadricep and your hip flexor properly. If you want more, you can rock forwards and backwards. So we take a big reach forwards. I'm not letting my ribs flare. I'm not letting my hips flare. And we're squeezing the glutes to keep them nice and even. Inhale. Exhale. If you want to get further into a hip flexor stretch, you've also got another one that attaches in your stomach area. So we inhale to lower the arm. Exhale, we reach up. Don't flare your ribs. Inhale. And exhale. Reaching up. And that should provide a beautiful stretch at the front of that hip. So let's even you out. We're going to get you out of this position into this position, gentle squeeze of your glutes, and we're going to rock. Opening up that hip, be very gentle with yourself here. Slowly squeezing the glutes, opening up that hip, making sure my lower back is not arching. So the glutes stay on, hip flexors, now open. Let's bring that arm into play for 3. Exhale. 2. And 1 more here, please, Mum. Beautiful. Okay, where's this ball rolled to? Now, we want to be sitting on this ball on the left side of our hip, so onto our left glute. So go and lift yourself up onto this ball. I want you to bring the ball relatively close towards your tailbone. That's our starting position. From here, we are going to roll our hips all the way to the side. And you should be able to see this white ball pop out eventually. There it is. That is your glute med, where that ball is right now. So my right hip is higher than my left. And then we're going to drop that hip back down and find a bony landmark, which is your sacrum, which connects into your tailbone. So from here, we're going to roll all the way out to the side. Ooh. Find that sticky glute med all the way to the side. Make sure you're not on any bones. and then come on back. We have a big surface area with our glutes, so you can be doing this side to side roll with the ball a little higher towards maybe your hip bones, like your iliac crest, or you can be doing it where you're sitting a little taller on top of it and going side to side. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Like I keep mentioning, don't go over any bones. You'll feel if you're going over a bone. Once you hit a sticky point, let's get that knee moving. So those deep hip external rotators, this is a really good way to get into them by doing that trigger point release therapy. Once you feel a little bit more comfortable there, find another sticky point and get into some rotation with that left glute. And then maybe try that glute med, so that muscle that's all the way out onto the side, and then go out and in. You may get some clicks and pops in the pelvis. That's totally fine. We're just releasing a lot of pressure build up from tight muscles. So it's a good thing. Unless it's painful, let me know and we'll have a chat. Let's try the other side. So onto the right side of the glute. Your hips are going to feel so wonderful after this. Starting close to your tailbone, you're going to roll out all the way to the side to see the ball, and that's on your glute med, and then coming all the way back to the center. Again, you can be doing this nice and tall on top of your, well, essentially at the base of your glute, or you can be doing it right at the top of your glute near your iliac crest. Whatever feels like it needs a little extra attention, move towards that for me. All the way out and then all the way back in. Now see if you can find any sticky points. By sticky points I mean more tender. And then we're going to drop that right leg out and in. Again, find another spot there. And we're going to let that leg drop out and in. And then let's do one more. So good luck. About there. Yeah, find that glute med. And then dropping that leg out.